Joining us now on the line is Pam Zajac. Pam, of course, very involved in the Michigan Week Committee and just about everything else going on here in West Bloomfield. And Pam, it's a sad day, but it's certainly a day that we can celebrate and honor the amazing life of Pastor Jack Freed. I would enjoy your thoughts on his passing.
I met Jack Freed in 2007 when I joined the West Bloomfield Optimist Club, and he was a founding member along with Jeff Lieb. He was always reserved, and yet he had this authenticity and a sort of laid back, quiet confidence about him. And I noticed immediately that everyone revered him. So I learned more about him through the years. Once I drove him home from a community event, and we talked at great length about family and life challenges. And that helped me to realize why he held this position in the community, why he was so revered. Helping others and
And
giving service.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. We got a little delay because I'm out here live. Please carry on. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sure, helping others and helping other people and giving service to them isn't required of us. After all, we're all given free will to choose whether or not we'll lend our time and ourselves to others. But Jack Freed chose to lend himself as a lifetime career. Even after retiring from being a pastor, he served as chaplain, we all know, for both the West Bloomfield Fire and Police departments. And he referred to himself on LinkedIn, I found out, as an independent religious institutions professional. I thought that was an interesting career choice.
Pam, thank you very much for being with us today, and I appreciate your thoughts. I just wonder if you maybe have some specific memorable moment or some other memory that you'd like to share with us from all of your interactions with Pastor Jack Freed.
Sure, probably a lot of people in this community know about Jack's winning words that he posted his morning blogs at about 2 minutes to 5 every morning. I loved giving them in my emails, and he would typically post a quote from a well-known author, a poet, a celebrity, or sometimes even a cartoon character. And I would often write back to him, and which I always received an immediate response. I have his book of winning words as well. Probably many people do here. But on November 29th, just recently, he quoted Margaret Albright, who said, "I'm not a fatalist. I'm an optimist who worries a lot. I'm a charter member of our community's Optimist Club, which began over 50 years ago." This is a quote from Jack. "For half a century, we've been closing our weekly meetings by saying together the Optimist Creed, which begins, promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can destroy your peace of mind." Try saying that over and over again during an election cycle, when someone you love is having surgery, when we see pictures and read about starving people in the world, or when a close friend unexpectedly dies. I'm an optimist, but I also have feelings. Is there such a thing as a realist club? So I wrote back to him. Maybe the line should read, "I'm not a fatalist. I'm an optimist who worries a lot because I'm a realist." And he immediately wrote back to me, "The reality is that it's hard to be an optimist in a pessimistic world."
Well, there's no doubt. I'm so glad you shared that with us. There is
He was
no
so
doubt
clever.
those of us in West Bloomfield will be quoting Pastor Jack Freed for years and years. And it is nice to be able to go online and the crew just put a QR code up to the link to Jack's winning words, his blog. It's right there
Yeah.
right now. And if you aren't familiar with it, we encourage you to go out and take a look at it. And his words will live on here in West Bloomfield, no question about it. Pam Zajac with us. One of the other things that we have had an opportunity to work together on, you and I, and that Pastor Reed played
Sure.
a pivotal role in, is Michigan Week. Do you want to talk about his contribution to Michigan Week, which is right at the core of that amazing event?
Well, Carol Hack and I have co-chaired the Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Awards for several years. Jack Freed was one of the very first recipients of the Minuteman Award in 1972 as part of that newly created Michigan Week in West Bloomfield, which honors volunteers every year throughout the community. And he served as our clergyman at each annual breakfast. Not one to ever miss a breakfast, last year Jack was out of town for our 50th anniversary celebration, but he made sure to call in via Zoom to give the blessing for the breakfast over the large screen for some 300 guests. The Michigan Week Committee designed a recognition to honor the legacy of Pastor Jack Freed, who, along with Jeff Lieb, helped create, excuse me, the Michigan Week tradition in Greater West Bloomfield. So in 2020, the Michigan Week Committee created the Jack Freed Volunteer Service Award. This award honors an individual who is a newer leader of any age who demonstrates volunteer service in an outstanding way. We've been so blessed to have Jack Freed in our community and to have had his guidance throughout our Michigan Week planning every year. He is truly a pillar of this community. I love one of these recent blogs that gives me comfort now that he ended with, and who would have guessed that I'd be remarried in my 90s? Life, it's been wonderful.
Pam, I'm so glad that you took moments for us this morning as well. Beautiful words. We will all miss Jack, but he'll be living with us every day for the rest of our lives. And this is a story that we can't tell in a half an hour here in the early morning on the Slash Live. We will continue to talk about Jack forever, but certainly over the coming days have continued opportunity to have these discussions. I thank you so much. Very good of you to be with us and take time this morning. And of course, as I say to everybody in West Louisville, we are so sorry for your loss, but there's so much to rejoice with the life of Pastor Jack Freed. And thank you very much again for sharing some time with us this morning.
Thank you, Dave.